Good afternoon, Cross Timbers. Today is January 30th, 2017, and I'm Danny Hernandez. Today's top stories include the recognition of a Tarleton alumni enforcement officer, a Texas mosque in flames, and the response to Trump's immigration order. These stories plus more coming up on Texan TV. Tradition, integrity, civility, leadership, excellence, and service. The core values and foundation of Tarleton State University has held strong for a century. Today in campus news, this year marks the 100th celebration of Tarleton State being a part of the Texas A&M University system. Tarleton's Centennial Celebration magazine tells of the university's history and battle over the centuries. Buildings in bad repair, depleted and inadequate library, and equipment and furniture that was second-rate for a junior college are among the problems the university faced, says the magazine. The magazine talks about the supporter of Tarleton aligning with Texas and A&M and Stephenville philanthropist Pearl Cage, who convinced friend and owner of the Texas Pacific Coal and Mining Company, Edgar L. Marston, to make up the remaining money left to ensure financial stability. The two schools joined together on February 20th, 1917, but just 3.5 years earlier, in 1913, James F. Cox took over as president of the university, saying that there were dire straits in the years to come. In local news, Benny Noel of the Dublin Police Department celebrates 21 years of law enforcement. Currently, he serves as a school resource officer, field training officer, and a mental peace officer. Noel is a Tarleton alumni. He graduated in 1983 from the Tarleton State University Police Academy and began his career in law enforcement. According to Flash News Today, Noel worked on his Darien as a hotshot truck driver while also working as a Dublin police officer full-time. Noel finds great pride in carrying on the legacy of his father, as well as his grandfather, who were also in the Dublin Police Department. Noel says he can be found on patrol around 9 hours a day, sometimes a little longer, but said he can be called into work at any given time. He enjoys serving the people out of the community and working with the kids, so the school resource officer is a great fit for him. Noel's motto is, "Think before you react." We as a community cannot thank Sergeant Noel enough for his ongoing service and dedication to protecting the citizens of our surrounding areas. In state news, a mosque outside of Victoria, Texas was engulfed in flames on Saturday morning at about 2 a.m. According to FoxNews.com, a store clerk saw smoke coming up from a convenience store and called the fire department. No injuries were reported, and firefighters came and extinguished the flame in 4 hours. The Islamic Center's president, Shahid Hashmi, said the mosque was burglarized a week prior. Fox News reported that a GoFundMe account has been activated to help the mosque rebuild, and they've already raised $100,000 in less than 12 hours. Currently in national news, the U.S. is experiencing an outcry after Trump's immigration order took place on Friday. According to the New York Times, the order suspended entry of all refugees to the United States for 120 days, barred Syrian refugees indefinitely, and blocked entry into the United States for 90 days for citizens of 7 predominantly Muslim countries: Iran, Iraq, Libya, Somalia, Sudan, Syria, and Yemen. It also barred green card holders from those countries from re-entering the United States, according to the Department of Homeland Security. It's unclear how many more countries will be added to the list as suspended, but CNN provided the official said the administration will be very aggressive as it weighs how many more countries added to the list. When officials have been questioned on what criteria the administration will consider as it looks to expand the ban list, 7 countries, the official simply said, "The mandate is to keep America safe, not going to take any risks." The passing of this order has brought uncertainty, sadness, fear, and caused many immigrants to live in a limbo. Let's get a first-hand look into that.
I'm here today to show my support for those people that are being detained inside the airport, and for any person who wants to come to America. We are a country that has a refugee program, and what Donald Trump did in the last 24 hours is disgusting, disgraceful, completely un-American, and I'm here in protest. How dare he act alone and sign this document to not let these people in our country. I think it's inhumane, and especially to do it on Holocaust Remembrance Day. It is just, I mean, this is why we have a refugee program, because then we didn't do what we should have done. And today, to let these innocent people not in the country, I think he's acting out of fear, and I think what he's doing is going to end up hurting us more than helping us.
This is the best recruiting tool that groups like ISIS, groups like Al-Shabaab, groups like Boko Haram, that they could ever hope to have, is the President of the United States of America declaring a ban effectively on Muslim immigration. And the fact that Christians are also prioritized makes it effectively a religious ban, so there's no way they can get around it. And I'm also disgusted with the GOP, disgusted with those who said this was unconstitutional and they wouldn't stand for it, and now say nothing, and disgusted with the Christians who pretend to care about people in need and do nothing for the people from war-torn territories who are facing horrors that people can't comprehend.
We intend on following this event and keeping you updated on how the U.S. will handle this new order. President Trump's foreign policy has stirred some outrage across the world and in some parts of the Middle East, but there are still some banned countries that haven't released a statement on the executive order by Trump. According to the New York Times, King Salman of Saudi Arabia spoke with Trump on Sunday, but hasn't reached a comment to the public. President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi of Egypt has also said nothing. A group made out of 57 countries called the Organization of Islamic Cooperation even kept quiet. The New York Times reported that only Iran and Iraq have vowed that they will take retaliatory measures. Silence from Muslim-majority countries not affected by Trump's refugee ban can have shaken the world and have people questioning how Trump will handle foreign policy. Today on sports, the AFC beat the NFC 20-13 after the NFC failed to complete a last-minute win. Alex Smith threw to Delane Walker for a 26-yard touchdown reception on the first play of the second quarter, but Doug Baldwin catches a wide-open 47-yard pass to tie up the game 7-7. Andy Dalton threw a 23-yard touchdown to Travis Kelce, making the game 14-7. After two AFC field goals and two NFC goals, the NFC tries to make one last effort to score but falls short. Today's weather is brought to you by the Weather Channel. It seemed lately we have been setting quite a few records. Before we get into the forecast for today, we briefly discuss those records. According to NASA, Earth has broken the record for the hottest recorded year by roughly 32 degrees. From the looks of it, we will be continuing on that path of warm weather. To look into the forecast for the week, we can expect sunshine with a high of 75 and a low in the lower 40s. Although there is no chance of rain, we should be aware of the wind expected throughout the week. For the rest of the week, the weather is expected to remain rather mild and warm, with temperatures in the mid to high 70s until Thursday. We can expect slightly lower temperatures and light showers. This has been a production of Texan TV News, a product of the Texan News Service from the Tarleton State University campus in Stephenville, Texas. Watch us live on Apogee Channel 2.1 in the dorms at 12:30 weekdays. If you live off campus, tune in on Northland Cable Channel 9. You can follow Texan News Service on Facebook and Twitter, and check out our website at www.texannews.net for all of your latest local, state, national, and international news. Today's broadcast was produced by Mackenzie Jordan, Sydney Burns, Ariel Steele, Rebecca Hernandez. Have a wonderful day, Texans.